Hello, welcome to WFNY TV. We're going to talk today about the Brooklyn pick. I know that in the last video we talked about some possible trade targets and kind of looked at where that Brooklyn pick might fall. But today I want to argue that keeping the pick is the only chance to keep LeBron. It seems like the common sentiment is that we have to trade the pick to keep LeBron happy, and that the only way he'll stick around is if we trade the pick. And I don't understand at all where that's coming from. If you look at LeBron's history, you know, the Antoine Jameson trade didn't make him stay the first time. Trading the pick for some role players that are probably older or not great or not going to stick around for very long isn't going to make LeBron change his mind. He always goes to the best opportunity. He left Cleveland because the Heat were clearly a better opportunity. He left Miami because as Wade aged out and that roster got older, Cleveland presented the best opportunity. So I kind of reject this idea that we have to trade the pick just to appease him in the here and now, because what makes him happy for this year isn't going to make him happy for the next few years. And I know people say that when you have LeBron, you have to go all out and try to maximize your odds of winning the championship. But I'd argue that trading for a mediocre role player, not even mediocre, but, you know, a DeAndre Jordan kind of a guy, doesn't increase your odds this year more than having LeBron for the next 4 or 5 years would increase your odds. More bites at the apple, I think, is the way to go. And if you can keep LeBron, then you do so. That's not to say you can't trade the pick. If it comes to the draft time and a couple of stars are ready to be on the move, you've got the best asset, or one of the best assets on the market. So I think that would be my play as we see this market shake out, because it looks like Paul George isn't going to be available, and the names that are DeAndre Jordan and guys like that. I just don't understand the point in wasting such a good asset just to appease LeBron now, when that's going to make him walk out the door, because he's going to look towards the future. He's getting older. He's going to have to be convinced that his next stop is a stop that's going to keep him in contention for years to come. Maybe he'll sign a 1-year extension or something, but even then I don't see that, and I don't see the trade that convinces him of that, or that would keep him beyond that 1 year after that. So to me, having a pick that can either be flipped for a good young star at the draft next year, or to draft a really good young player, are the ways to go. You know, we had a much better sales pitch when we had Kyrie Irving, and when Tristan Thompson looked like he was going to be a stud, and when J.R. Smith was playing well, and you know, it looked like we had a nice core of young guys. Kevin Love's not exactly old, although he probably won't age very gracefully. But we had a team of, you know, a 24, 25-year-old possible MVP candidate, an elite role-playing center, a sharpshooter in J.R. Smith. We had a team full of guys that looked like they could be here for the long haul. And Kyrie's gone. Tristan is fine, but he's not the player he was in 2016. J.R. Smith looks rough. J.R. Crowder hasn't panned out. Kevin Love looks great, but again, he's getting older, and next year's the last year of his deal. So he's not exactly, you know, a long haul piece that you're selling to LeBron. So a roster that once looked like it was ready to compete for 3 or 4 years suddenly looks pretty barren. And I think that we have to be, you know, look at this from the outside. And if you were trying to sell this roster to LeBron, what's your sales pitch? If we go trade this pick for a couple of role players, is that a better sales pitch to him? Is that a better sales pitch than what he's going to hear from Houston or San Antonio or Philadelphia or even the Lakers? I don't love the Lakers roster, but there sure is youth there. And if he can convince another star to go with him, he probably looks at that as a roster that's going to grow and going to keep him in contention for years. So my argument is that trading the pick is the absolute worst move if you're trying to keep LeBron. And you know, if we can get a young stud in here from the draft, if it lands top 4 or 5, this is a loaded draft, and there's probably 5, 6, 7 guys in this draft that could be difference makers. So I think they should hold on to it, see what happens. Wait and just hope that they can convince LeBron to stay, because any move that they're going to make right now is going to increase our title odds from 20 to 25%. Whereas if you can convince LeBron to stay, and if you can add some young talent, I think you have much better odds of winning another championship down the road. So that's my plea. Everybody seems to want to ship the pick off for nothing, and I'm saying that pick is our only chance at keeping LeBron. Trading the pick isn't the right play here. So thanks for watching. Remember to hit subscribe. We'll be back with more great content soon. Thanks. Bye.